What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, today we're going to be taking a step back from the Cold War gameplay. We're going to go to the previous year of the Modern Warfare lifecycle back in 2019. We got some gameplay here with the homie Chef Nut. We got the Dynamite. We got the homie Baloney. And we also got Silva up in this piece. We're just dishing it, playing some Shoot the Ship. And you guys know what that is. Just shoot house shipment 24/7, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. But to be honest with you guys, I wanted to show you guys some Modern Warfare gameplay, not because I just wanted to break from Cold War, but I thought this would be an extremely good example of what I'm going to be talking about with you guys today in today's commentary. And that is how the developers should just get up and leave and stop dealing with Activision's bullcrap. Now, I would use Cold War gameplay, but I just don't think Cold War is in the right spot because we still haven't gotten a full year cycle of this game yet. We haven't seen it polished and everything like that. But Modern Warfare is the perfect example because this game's already done. It's finished. They had the full year to deal with it. They polished it. They dealt with all the glitches and the bugs, and this is the final product. And I gotta say, even before this game was nearing its end, before I hopped on Cold War and that game came out, Call of Duty Modern Warfare was slowly starting to grow on me. I was starting to enjoy it bit by bits as the game got a little bit more, more maps, more content, more polished. And by the end of its cycle, I gotta say, it's a decent game. Nothing too insane. It's not one of my favorites, and I still think it's, not a top-tier COD whatsoever, but it was more playable than it was day one. And it shows the potential that these developers have to produce a good Call of Duty game. They know what they're doing, but I highly think that Activision is holding them back and forcing them to be creative and try new things instead of just doing a traditional COD title that a lot of the fans would love. The gameplay's there. The content's there. The gunfights are there. It's polished now. After a full year of having work done to this game, you could see that they have all the potential to make a good Call of Duty game if Activision never put their fingers into the mix. If Activision didn't force these developers to have to switch things up and do things like making Dead Silence a field order or taking away the minimap. All these tiny things, if Activision didn't have a say in, what to do with this game, the developers wouldn't have to worry about this stuff and they can make what they enjoy or what they want to make out of a game. But since Activision has to control every last bit of details when it comes to the COD games, and they think they're obviously the all-knowing gods of the COD universe, it makes things really hard for these development teams to put together a Call of Duty game that we like. And I hear this all the time, but people say that Treyarch and Infinity Ward should just leave. They should just pack their bags and just go make a different Call of Duty game and leave Activision to suffer. But what people don't understand is that the development teams and the game are all owned by Activision. Activision owns the Call of Duty franchise, they own Treyarch, they own Infinity Ward, they own all this nonsense, so they can't just pack their bags up and leave and go make their own game. It'll be a lot more complex, but at the end of the day, I still think it would benefit the developers a lot more in the long run if they decided to quit and move on to a different studio. But sadly, I don't think there's a chance that Infinity Ward and Treyarch could just get up and leave their own studio without going to another publishing team, because they won't have the money or anything to develop one of these games. They might be getting paid good money by Activision right now to make the games that they're making, but the budget that they have to make games like Call of Duty Modern Warfare and Black Ops Cold War comes straight from Activision. Not their own pockets. JbowenDaMan isn't, picking out his own pocket to, make Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. No, Activision is picking out of their pockets to make Black Ops Cold War. So once they leave Activision, once they go out on their own, they lose millions, if not billions of dollars that can go towards the budget of making a very solid Call of Duty game. So you have to understand, if these developers do leave and they stop making Call of Duty and they try to make their own title, it might not be as professional as you like. It might not be up to standards like a AAA development game that you see in these Call of Duty titles, where it's really polished, great graphics, great gameplay, solid everything. We might not see that because they're not going to have Activision to back them up. But what we will see is less microtransactions, more than likely better servers to play on because they actually care about servers and they actually care about the player's performance and having a good time, more content, and just a better performing game. They won't be rushed by Activision. They will have their own deadline. They will be able to do what they want whenever they want without having someone at the head controlling and telling them when their deadline is and when they need to have this game out. No. Whoever is developing still at Treyarch and Infinity Ward, if they do leave Activision and leave their development teams that they're working on right now, they will be able to pick whenever they want to make a game. They don't have to choose. They can have all the time. They could take 3-4 years to make a game, and they can make us wait, but the wait will be worth it because I know if they're going to take that much time to make it, it's going to be a very polished and well-designed game that will be worth $60 and my time. But to be honest, I don't want them to go on their own because I don't want, a substitute for a Call of Duty game. No, I want the killer of a Call of Duty game. I want the game that's going to put Call of Duty in the dirt and make sure Activision never does any of these horrible business practices to any consumer ever again. That's the type of game that I want. And to be honest with you guys, I think the best alternative right now is for Infinity Ward, Treyarch, even Sledgehammer, jump ship, get out of there. Stop working for Activision. Stop making Call of Duty games. You guys have years and years of knowledge, and take all that knowledge and move over to Respawn. I think that would be the most kick-ass idea in the universe, because first off, the majority of Respawn are already consisting of a lot of the developers who worked on old school Call of Duty titles. So imagine having tons of old school devs that worked on Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 1, World at War, all these games that moved over to Respawn, and then having all the new devs, the people who've been working on the more recent CODs, Infinite Warfare, Call of Duty Ghosts, Black Ops 3, Black Ops Cold War, Modern Warfare 2019, and combine those two development teams with all their knowledge of the positive things that they did in Modern Warfare, even though there's not many, there's still some decent things that happened in Modern Warfare, and positive things that happened in the past with games like Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2, and stuff like that. Combine them all together and make a Call of Duty killer. If they move over to Respawn, they'll have a publisher that can give them millions of dollars to have a nice budget to make sure it's a polished game. They'll make sure they have good marketing so the game will be pushed out correctly. People will actually know there's going to be a Call of Duty alternative coming out instead of, them going on their own and being independent without a publisher, not having enough money to market their game that nobody knows about it, and it's just like a little indie project. We don't want that. We want it to be a massive COD killer, so we need to make sure there's a publisher that has enough money to market the game. And honestly, I think that would be the perfect experience for all Call of Duty fans. Because like I keep saying, Activision are the ones that we should be angry at here. Even though I do want to put a lot of blame on the developers for the things that they have done in these games, at the end of the day, it's all Activision. Activision is the ones that are forcing Infinity Ward and Treyarch to step out of their boundaries, try stuff new, make new map designs, make new, game decisions, whether it's the minimap or Dead Silence to Field Order. They're the ones forcing them to do these stupid things, the things that the community absolutely despise, and the developers have no say. They can't say no to Activision. That's their boss. That's the one that's giving them a nice fat check. Those are the people who are giving them the money to make these games. But if all the Treyarch devs and the Infinity Ward devs went to a different publisher, they wouldn't have to worry about Activision looking over their backs 24/7. They would have someone else paying their bills, someone giving them fat checks, but they would have more freedom. They wouldn't be stuck under the horrible wrath of Activision, making sure everything is so god-awful in Call of Duty titles. And you know what? If they all got up and left, Call of Duty would be dead. Activision would be forced to look for a ton of different developers, people who aren't experienced in the Call of Duty scene. They would have nobody to train them because all the developers from both Treyarch, Sledgehammer, and Infinity Ward all ditched to go make their own game, so nobody can train them, which will leave Call of Duty at an absolute train wreck. And the best part of this whole thing, the thing that will put Call of Duty in the dirt, is that all these development teams, instead of putting them on random cycles to make their own game, they could finally unite as one and make one solid game. Just freaking imagine. Imagine having all the old school devs, every old school team that you could possibly think of who made Call of Duty back in the day, all working together. The Infinity Ward team, the current one, and the Treyarch team, and Sledgehammer working together, all on one massive project. Just imagine the amount of maps, the amount of content, how polished this game will be with all those developers. I mean, there's about 500 to 600 developers per each team. Imagine having all those developers working all together on one game. It would be absolutely outstanding, and there's no doubt in my mind it would be the Call of Duty killer. I don't even know if, Activision has a patent on kill streaks or something, because it seems kind of odd that no other game used kill or score streaks or anything like that. So I'm assuming Activision has a patent on that type of design, so people can't copy that. And as you guys know, that's really what makes Call of Duty stand out. That's why people buy Call of Duty all the time, because nothing's more rewarding than going on a nice fat kill streak and getting chopper gunners or, harps that you can see the enemy team 24/7. It feels absolutely amazing. That's what drives people back. But to be honest with you, I wouldn't mind no kill streaks or score streaks, as long as they can make a very solid 6v6 shooter and add another fun element. They're going to obviously have to think of something, but with over 1,200 developers working on one game, obviously they're going to be able to think of a supplement for kill streaks and score streaks. It's not going to be any problem. And like I said, they're going to have all the time in the world to make this game because they're not going to be on a deadline by Activision, so they can take their time thinking of an idea to take out the kill streaks and score streaks and replace them with something different, new, and unique. But at the end of the day, they can make an absolute banger. They could end Call of Duty, they can end the tragedy in this community, and they can allow us to all have fun again. That's all we want, because as a Call of Duty community, we have no alternatives. This is the only game that feels like COD. That's it. COD is COD. There's no other alternatives unless you want to go play like an indie developed game that's not going to be, highly polished, very, just less effort into the game. It's not going to look that great. I want to play a really beefy, AAA developed, hardcore looking game. I want some real FPS shooter vibes that still holds on to the core Call of Duty aspects. I'm just tired of being pushed around by Activision. That's all. And I think this would probably be the best way, because like I said, they can't bring Treyarch and Infinity Ward with them. But if they make a brand new team, if they just all left Treyarch, if they all left Infinity Ward, if they just all left Activision in general, they can make their own team, they could join Respawn, and they could really make something good. I promise you. Oh my God. Just thinking about it just makes me shiver a little bit. God, it's just insane to think about. But guys, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like, and by all means, if you hate it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new and enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Also, want to chat with me, there's two ways to do so. I have a Twitter and a Discord. Both those links are down in the description. And also, want to catch me live streams of video games. I do that every single day besides Mondays over on Twitch. Link to that is in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.